Dan, thank you so much for being here today. I appreciate it. Hi, everyone. Just want to introduce an awesome lender, Dan Conwell. We're here at Crown Mortgage in Oak Lawn, Illinois. And Dan kindly offered to meet with me because I have so many questions that I receive from you, home buyers, first-time home buyers, and a lot of questions. I said, we got to get Dan here and talk about these things. So Dan, one of the questions I'll receive is, how do I even get started? What do I do as a buyer?
The best place for a buyer to start is just usually a quick phone call. We have our office right here in Oak Lawn. If you prefer to set up an appointment to meet face-to-face, we can do that as well. Okay. But it's a conversation. It's figuring out what you're trying to do and what we can help you do. So we're going to go over your credit, your income, your assets, and just help determine what programs you qualify for.
Okay.
If you need a roadmap of here's what you need to do to be approved, then we're going to do that as well. So we don't tell you no, go away, or it's not. I know if a lot of first-time home buyers are scared, that's not it. We're here to help you. We want to put you on the right path to help you achieve home ownership.
That is perfect. And Dan, what do you think the difference is? I'll hear a lot of people say, well, I'm just going to go to an online source and be done with it.
That's the exact thing that I was just talking about there almost, because it's online sources are perfect if you're 20% down, 800 credit score. I mean, the computer could probably put you into that box, but most loans don't fit into a neat little box. Everybody's situation is different. And so it depends on what your income is. It depends on what your credit is. There may be a program that's way better for you that the computer's not going. You applied for one thing, it's going to go for one thing. Here, we're going to be able to customize, give you that custom advice of here's what's going to put you in the best position financially and in the best position to win the contract competition.
Yeah, that's so important. And that brings me to another question. A lot of times people will ask, well, the difference, pre-approval letter, we hear that word a lot, but we'll also hear pre-qualification letter.
Sure. So, pre-qualification letter, that's basically that conversation that I had up front. So you told me, here's what my credit is, here's my income, I have about this much in the bank. And I say, well, based on those things, you're approved. You can go get a home. Nothing's been verified though. Maybe credit, but nothing has really been verified. With a pre-approval, we've gone through and we've looked at all your financials. And what Crown does a little bit differently is we actually have our staff underwriter review it. And so we give a mortgage commitment saying that we've looked at your credit, your income, your assets. We've reviewed everything and you are guaranteed this mortgage now. And then with that, you can actually then go close conventional or FHA in 10 business days. Now we have everything we needed for the loan. It just comes down to the appraisal and the title for the property. But you as a borrower are 100% approved.
Wow. And a lot of times our transactions are typically 30 to 45 days, 10 days. And this is what you get, I feel, with experience. Dan's been doing this 18 years now.
That's correct, 18.
So you're going to come in and meet with him, whether it's on the phone or in person. He's going to really understand and customize, something that's going to work and provide options for you to do that. And Dan, a lot of times we have, buyers that have gone to school and they have debt, student loan debt. Is there anything that can be done for that?
Yeah, they've actually made a lot of updates to that.
Okay.
Student loan debt's no worse than any other debt. They're all counted the same against your debt to income ratio. The student loans, though, have a lot of new payment options that have come out. And so a lot of times I'm talking to somebody, if the student loan debt seems a little high, I encourage them to go look at some of the income-based plans available to them, because then we can now use that lower payment to help qualify the loan.
Okay.
So there's a lot of options that sometimes people haven't even known to look into for that.
Right. And again, that's why you go talk to an expert and not just on the computer, right?
Yeah, we'll give you a complete financial overview.
And I feel too, from a real estate agent standpoint, it helps as well when we're submitting offers, and you've mentioned this previously too, it gives the confidence knowing the underwriters have looked at this loan and it's ready to go.
Because with that pre-qualification letter, you've written your offer, and now you have to wait for the underwriter. And what happens if the loan officer missed something? And so, if the loan officer missed something up front, now the loan blows up. You've already paid for an inspection. You've already...
Good point.
And, here you don't have that. We've reviewed everything. The loan is good to go. Now do the fun part, go find the right home.
Exactly, and have fun with that. And Dan, do I need, are the steps and things that you as a lender and the company looks at in terms of maybe credit, down payment? Do I need 20% down?
No, you absolutely don't need 20% down. We have first-time home buyer programs that go to as little as 0% down. Every case is different. So, if you have a lower credit score, you might need a larger down payment. It's like you kind of balance those three things out. So, FHA allows for down to a 500 credit score. Conventional allows down to a 620. And so there's a lot of options out there. And so I always encourage people, let's have that conversation. Let's see what we can do to get you qualified. And again, if we can't, we're going to get you on the roadmap of here's what you need to do to do that.
And that's what I love, the roadmap, because like you said, this could be a very scary process to go through if you're not familiar with what to do. And even if you're not ready at this time, like you said, you have a roadmap and you'll put things in place.
Honestly, it's about a 20-minute conversation and we'll get you on the right path. A lot of people are worried they're going to be wasting your time or my time, but no, I've been doing it 18 years. If it's going to take somebody 6 months to get approved, well, I'll be here to help them out there too. So.
And I feel that way as well. And we do want you ready to go. You're going to know your buying power once you speak with Dan, and you're ready to go, and you get that house that you're looking for. And it's like you're done with that piece, and you can move forward to concentrate on, like you said, finding that dream home. Just curious, because you have been doing this 18 years. What have you found that's been maybe the biggest mistake a buyer can make?
I feel like the biggest mistake is probably doing things backwards. And so instead of coming to me and getting the pre-approval issued, they talk maybe, but then they start looking and they find the dream home. And then what happens is they miss out on it because they didn't have their paperwork ready. And so they're 3 offers come in Sunday afternoon. They're not going to put preference to the person who doesn't have an approval letter. They're going to go to somebody who they can see actually is a real buyer.
That's a great point. It's as if we went to a store and they said, here is your amount that you owe, and we don't have a credit card or anything to pay. So you have to have some type of proof.
And they're definitely not going to believe you can close in 10 business days if you don't have a piece of paper. So ours will say you've been fully approved. You can make this offer close in 10 business days. But that's probably the biggest mistake is they get their hopes up on a house and now they can't move on it. And now now it's great. We'll get you pre-approved and you'll find, I know you'll find them another house and it'll be great, but it's just do it the other way so you don't have that heartbreak. Get pre-approved. Then when the house comes up, you're ready.
Right. Know your buying power, everyone, and get that in place. So, well, I know we could spend so much more time chatting with Dan today, but we wanted to just kind of go through something really quickly. And Dan, thank you so much for taking the time. Thanks, everyone.
I appreciate it.